Hey everyone, so welcome to 5-0 Review. Um First ever episode, and this one I kind of think I recognize this as some stupid stuff that happened a long time ago that if you add any level of common sense to it, let's just get into it. Let's see what happens, all right? Cuz I don't think I've actually seen this exact video, but I typed in sovereign citizen sovereign citizen traffic stop, and this was the first video. So let's see what happens. This is Code Blue Cam's footage, by the way. It's pretty cool.
You just was talking to her over there.
You weren't on a traffic stop. I'm
I
Shout out to Code Blue Cam, by the way.
don't care, bro.
Okay, ma'am.
He was just over there. Y'all walked up on me. I was here first. I don't have to move his ass.
No, you weren't.
It don't- You was just over there.
We have a lawyer.
I'm investigating.
I have a lawyer.
Traffic stop right now. Okay.
You need to walk across the street or you're going to get a citation for obstructing. If you continue to refuse, you're going to go to jail.
Get your
Am I clear?
sergeant.
I am the sergeant.
On April 23, 2022, an officer observed a vehicle driving against traffic on a one-way street and initiated a traffic stop in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
It's La Crosse, Wisconsin. Of course. It's La Crosse, Wisconsin. That explains everything. If you've seen Donut Operator, you know about La Crosse, Wisconsin. You know about La Crosse, Wisconsin and their T-Rex population. That's... know what the Jurassic Park is in Wisconsin. Yeah, it's an island with crack lore and a GTA server.
Traffic.
He made contact with the driver, who was identified as Janine Thomas, and noticed a half-empty bottle of whiskey on the passenger seat. It appeared she had glassy eyes and a strong odor of intoxicants coming from her person.
If you're not familiar, glassy eyes is a side effect of being intoxicated, usually with something like marijuana. If you're also not familiar, strong odor of intoxicants is when you're drinking and the officer can smell the alcohol on your breath. It's generally when people tell you smell like a distillery. Well, guess what? Police can smell that too, because police have noses, and you should not be stupid enough to drink and drive. And that probably explains why she was driving down the wrong side of the street, driving down a one-way street in the wrong direction. That's dangerous. You can kill someone.
While the officer continued to speak with Janine, an uninvolved female approached her driver's side window and asked what was going on.
Hey, Officer Lozano, La Crosse PD. You know why I pulled you over? Because you're driving against one-way traffic here.
I was coming to get my niece out of that bar. She probably coming to get her out of the bar.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine, but do you know that this is a one-way street?
I thought you was walking one way and half a block. By law.
Huh?
By law, you was walking one way and half a block.
No. You can't drive against traffic.
She's trying to argue with the cop that you could drive down the wrong way of a one-way street. That's not a thing. They're called a one-way street for a reason. It means you could drive one way. I mean, we're adding common sense to this. We're thinking this through a non-intoxicated mindset. Oh my God, is it possible to think about things logically? Whoa, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm sure that's gonna be fun.
It's a violation. It's a traffic violation. You can't drive against
Is
traffic.
that really why you
Okay, so what is it?
Can I have your driver's license, ma'am, please?
The female was later identified as 24-year-old Kwana Hollenside.
Have you been drinking?
Hey, if anyone wants to dox this girl, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't dox people. I know they just said her name. I didn't know they were gonna say her name, Don't dox people. It's a horrible thing to do to people. Doesn't matter if other people do it. It's not right. At the end of the day, like, I've been doxed. It's not fun. Don't do it. Don't be a shithead. All right, let's continue.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay. Where are you coming from?
Why does that matter?
I'm not talking to you.
I don't care.
Okay?
Why does
I'm
it
not.
matter?
I'm not talking
It
to you,
doesn't
man.
matter.
I'll tell you why it matters where she's coming from. Because if she's coming from a bar, she should not be driving. And he could, I can guarantee you, now that the window's open and there's that cross breeze, he could smell the intoxicants. He could smell the aroma of the distillery coming from her breath, from the alcohol she consumed. And I could see that she is kind of out of it and kind of not aware of what's going on. She's kind of just, not crazy, just intoxicated. Maybe crazy, who knows? But right now she's just intoxicated.
I'm not talking to you.
You pulled over for a little bit. You asked for her license. She couldn't give you her license. All
Yeah.
these other questions
I'm not. I'm not talking to
But I'm
you.
talking
Okay.
to you, so hurry up with your process. So we can go.
Kaywana continued to interrupt the traffic stop and the questioning of the driver.
Hey, ma'am.
Go.
Hey.
Don't talk to me.
I'm Sergeant Fang of the Cross Police.
Cause he on board.
I want to explain to everyone that says, "Oh, they're only messing with her because of her skin color." That's not why. She was. They already said it. She was driving down the wrong way of a one-way street. Okay, when they performed the traffic stop, she was driving down the wrong way of a one-way street. This lady has no involvement in this traffic stop. She just randomly came up from a local bar somewhere and started arguing and started talking to the lady for no reason. I mean, just to be an asshole. So, that's destruction of a... that's... First off, she's standing in the street. It's illegal to stand in the street in pretty much every state for obvious reasons. And furthermore, disrupting a traffic stop is a crime. It's considered disrupting an investigation. And whenever an officer pulls someone over to do a traffic stop, they have to investigate what's actually going on. So you're looking at destruction of investigation, disruption of the road. She could be faced with multiple charges for what she's doing. There's no need to run up and interfere with a police officer doing police business. Plus, you don't know what this person has on her. I mean, she could have nothing, but on the other hand, there's been officers that have walked up to a car's window and just immediately met with gunfire. So you never know what someone has on them or what their intentions are. They may be on their way to a killing spree. Who the hell knows? You don't know these people. No one knows these people. Don't get involved with the police business because you're just putting yourself in danger. It's a traffic stop. Those can go south really, really, really fast. Do not get involved with these. Do not get involved with traffic stops as a citizen. They're none of your business. And the place to fight is not in the street. It's in court. And this lady's definitely going to go to jail. She's probably intoxicated, most likely. The fact that she's, acting this way and, doing the stupid stuff she's doing, she's probably not in her right mind thinking, oh, I'm drunk and I know better, And she actually made the statement earlier, hey, you could drive both ways on a one-way street. No, you cannot drive both ways on a one-way street. You could drive one way. That's why it's called a one-way street. It means you can only drive in one direction. It means driving the other direction is against traffic. It's dangerous. That's how you get into a crash when you go head-on with a car.
Bullshit. That shouldn't even make sense.
Maybe I can help explain it to you.
I don't need to explain it. He just asked for her license. She couldn't give it to him. It ain't even nothing else. He asked her all type of, what you doing down here? She picking me up.
Well, no,
Where
man,
you coming from? Why does that matter? Like, you her daddy?
No,
You finna ask for her
I'll
social
explain it
needs?
to you. We don't need the social.
He just said, what are you doing down here? She said, I'm finna pick my niece up.
Anytime
He said, where are you coming from?
I'll explain it to
Why
you.
does that matter?
Every traffic stop an officer makes, we always ask where they're coming from, where they're going to. It's just basic questioning, okay?
SOP.
And are you family or? Yeah, are you family?
Yep, I'm her niece.
Niece? Okay. How much have you had to?
Okay, so this lady's relation is that. Oh, yeah. You can actually see in plain view. Yeah. She's definitely intoxicated. Like, she should not be driving.
Drink.
I had nothing to drink.
What's that?
That's not mine.
Okay.
I had somebody with me. I was in the concert.
Okay. Can I have you step out and talk to me, please?
No, I won't.
Let me explain something. Vims v. Mims. Vims v. Mims. Vims v. Mims. Case law. If you are asked to step out of a vehicle by an officer, you have to step out of a vehicle by an officer. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The Supreme Court has already ruled it's not a good idea to refuse, because refusal is not an option. It's not a request. Even though it sounds like a request, when an officer asks you to do something, it's a lawful order. There's a saying: ask them, tell them, make them. You ask them politely. If they don't comply, you tell them. Next step is you make them. And rolling up your window won't stop shit. It's just going to end up with glass getting in your face. It's going to suck for you. Don't go down that route. Resistance is not a good idea. Resisting is not a good idea. This lady has an open bottle on her passenger seat. It's not something that you want to get involved. It's not something you want to do, is ever say, no, I won't step out of the vehicle. If you've done nothing wrong, first off, don't ever do anything wrong. Follow the law, and you won't actually get in trouble with the law. Second off, don't refuse an order from an officer. Even if you believe it's unlawful, consult an attorney afterwards. Don't get into a fight on the street. Fighting the police in the street is not a good idea. Think about how that sounds. Fighting the police in the street. No, not going to happen. So don't do that. Just don't.
As the officer walked over to the driver's side of the vehicle, Kaywana stepped in between them both.
Excuse me, ma'am.
What are you finna do?
I want to talk to her.
You just was talking to her over there.
You weren't on a traffic stop. I'm investigating a traffic stop. Okay, ma'am? Please let me do my job.
Okay, you can do your job from right there.
Okay, well,
We need some space,
Okay,
okay?
don't touch
You don't have the right
Don't
to
touch
obstruct
me.
our traffic
Don't
stop,
touch
okay?
me.
So then we're
Don't
going to ask
touch
you
me.
to...
You just asked for her license. She just gave you her license. Now what's the problem?
Officer
Why is he
Brown,
trying to open her door?
just gonna ask
He
you
don't
more
have the right
questions.
for that. He don't have
You
the
don't
right
have
to
the
do
right
that.
to block our
Okay.
traffic stop, okay?
Your point is what?
We'd appreciate some space, okay?
What the fuck is y'all doing?
It's an officer safety thing, you being
Okay.
this close, okay?
He was just the fuck over there. Y'all walked up on me. I was here first. I don't have to fucking move his ass.
No, you weren't.
You was just over there. Back up. Back the fuck up. Back up. Back up.
Okay, think this through for a second. Acting aggressive towards an officer and trying to make excuses like that. First off, the officer, you could clearly tell, like, he's struggling to hear. She's not talking very loud. That's normally where an officer would stand, is next to the driver's side window. His view's disrupted. It's an officer safety thing. When an officer has a firearm, if someone's standing that close, they could try to grab that firearm. Plus, why you want to stand uncomfortably close to an officer? And not only it can't be comfortable for her, especially since she's yelling back the fuck up. I mean, she's the one that's interfering with the traffic stop. So she needs to. I mean, honestly, what I recommend is just walk away. Just call an Uber. There's open alcohol in the car. Like, she's been asked to leave the vehicle already. At this point, they're borderline going to break the window. They're going to try to de-escalate first, and then they're going to break the window. If it gets to that point. Hopefully it doesn't.
Back the fuck up. Back up. Fuck, your ass ain't got shit better to do. Watch out.
How much have you had to drink?
And this lady's now threatening a police officer. Saying watch out, like that's obviously a threat. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. No.
That's my drink.
Step out and talk to
She
me.
just said she picking me up. That's my ass.
Come over here.
No, I'm not.
You're in our space here, okay?
First of all, I'm not. He just walked up on me. I was here first.
You don't have the right
Why
to...
is you recording your ass? Y'all ass. Fan the fuck out. Ugly ass.
The officer asked Janine more questions. However, he couldn't hear her response due to Kaywana yelling.
I'm not moving,
Just
so
cooperate with me so I can see
he
that
don't
you're
have the
safe
right
to
to open
drive.
her door. No, she don't have to do that walk shit. Who the fuck you think you is? It's my drink. Tell me to do the walk.
No, you're not free to go right now.
We need you to give us some space, okay?
Look, I don't know about every police academy, but pretty much every pretty much every police academy has some level of legal training involved in it, and I can tell you right now, police officers know more about the law than most citizens. I mean, that's why it's a point you should learn about the laws in your state. It's important. Usually sometimes you'd find there's really stupid laws, like state of California. There's some laws on the books that are really old and don't make much sense. Like, you can't spit on the sidewalk. It carries like a $500 fine, and you could spend up to, I think it's a month in prison if you spit on a sidewalk in California. But that dates back to the Wild West when there was wooden planks for sidewalk before cement. So, that was because women would drag their Sunday best through spit on the sidewalk and have to clean it out, and it was a respect thing back then. And it's just a law that shouldn't be on the books, but it still is, and it's honestly kind of stupid.
Do you realize
Y'all
we're
walked
given
up on me. So give me my
We
space.
made a lawful traffic
Y'all walked
stop
up on
here.
He was just over there and you just walked up on me. So y'all can give me my space.
Step out
6 feet, thank you.
so I can talk to you.
She don't have to step out.
Well,
You just
have
asked for
an
her
open
license, she gave
you
it
have
to
it.
It's
You have
mine.
an open container, okay?
It's mine.
Is there anything that I can
You're
explain
driving
to you
against
so
a
you can
one-way
understand
street
that
here. I need to
make
make sure you are
you
safe
have
to
lawful
drive,
traffic
man.
stop. You have a right to talk with the driver and ask questions.
He do. He was just talking to
The
her
one
from
that
over
was right there,
there.
the one that you just hit.
We need to.
He can talk to her from over there. That's my drink. What you want? What you want? What you want?
But that's why we need you to separate from here, okay?
It's my drink.
don't
She
make
just
the-
came.
don't
From,
make
she
this
just came to pick me
difficult.
up.
There's
No,
upper container.
The one that you just moved that was over there.
I left my phone in there on the table.
Here's the deal. Once another officer gets you, if you don't move, we're going to escort
There's
you
a
off
lot
here,
going
okay?
on, but
Here, okay.
It's
Kewana for hindering the investigation of the traffic stop.
We're asking you politely to step out, okay? If not, we're going to escort you, okay?
You gonna escort?
you- so
Who
you-
the fuck are
if
you,
you
a sergeant?
involved-
What did you
I'm
just
a
say? You a
sergeant.
sergeant? So what the fuck you calling your little
You're
boys
too close to
for?
my partner here, okay?
Your partner walked up to me.
So you're involving yourself, so we're gonna grab onto you.
Don't touch me.
Hit me.
Under arrest.
Stop resisting.
Bro.
Stop resisting. Ma'am.
Stop touching me. I'm not.
Here, okay.
Let's think about this logically real quick. She admitted, she said, that's my bottle. She walked up to the traffic stop. She wasn't in the vehicle. Think that through for a second. She wasn't in the vehicle. Like, how is that her bottle? Like, I want to know that. Like, how is it her bottle? If she walked up on the traffic stop, how is it her bottle? And then why would she hide it after the officer's seen it? I mean, that obviously you're not in the right mind. You're thinking, oh, I'm going to hide it because they keep mentioning it. Maybe if I hide it, they'll stop mentioning it. No, they've already seen that you have an open bottle that's been consumed in your vehicle. You could smell, the officers can smell the alcohol. They're just trying to make sure this lady's safe to drive because she was driving down the wrong side of she was driving the wrong direction in the street and has an open bottle in her car. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to deal with. What's not reasonable is her niece randomly coming up, also intoxicated, hindering the officer's investigation and making sure that people aren't going to be mowed down at the nearest park. It's like, come on.
Let me go! Bro. Let me go.
Oh, you're under arrest.
Where's your hand?
See, this would all have been avoided if you just worked with me. This didn't have to happen. Okay?
Quit resisting. Quit
Ma'am,
resisting.
stop resisting.
This is going to hurt you.
You're under arrest. Quit
Knock it
resisting.
off. You're under arrest.
Bitch ass ain't got shit else better to do. Fucking clown ass hoe. Let me out!
Hey, quit trying to grab it.
Bro,
Quit resisting.
get the fuck off me. Hey, move.
Just get her back.
Yo, you a bitch.
55. We have one under arrest.
While searching Kewana, she was resistive and began kicking at officers and threatening to spit in their faces.
Stop touching me.
You're being searched.
Freaky ass.
Stop kicking. Knock it off.
I'm not fucking ass, little bitch ass.
Sergeant,
Get
unlock
my
the car
phone
so you
off
can put
the
her in.
table.
I don't think I have to explain why you don't kick an officer when you're being arrested. That's just additional charges. I don't think I have to explain that. That's obviously not a good move. That's obviously not a good idea. I don't think any rational person is gonna think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Get my phone off
Whatever,
me.
yeah. Whatever works. She's being
They
placed under
mad
arrest.
because they want to do some fucking... Did
She
you
kicked
get
an
my
officer
phone?
and she resisted arrest.
Christina,
Please
give me
step
my
back.
phone. What the...
She involved herself in a stop.
Unloose these fucking cuffs. Unloose these cuffs. Unloose these cuffs.
Here, let's go to this one then.
It's on the cuffs. Y'all don't get my fucking phone. Go get it. I'm not getting here cooperating if y'all don't unloosen these cuffs.
Okay, here's what we'll do. Hey.
Shut up. Just unloosen them. Damn.
We need you to relax it, okay? Before we sit you in, we're going to check your handcuffs, okay?
Unloosen them now.
Let him check.
Now.
But we need you to relax.
Y'all pulling my fucking hair. Y'all some bitches. Bitch ass. All this because y'all want to overpower women. Black women out there. Y'all some
Nothing to do with
pussies.
that.
Shut up, bitch. You did this hand. Wait. You just said you was going to check him and you just had him to tighten him up. He just fucking tightened him
I
up.
locked them.
Bro, y'all some fucking...
I locked them so they don't
Y'all
tighten.
loosen these cuffs up.
I can fit a finger, my pinky finger in both of them. They're loose.
No, this one is fucking tight. How the fuck you gonna tell me?
This is loose.
Bitch!
You need to get in the car.
Get on you.
We're going to jail. Okay, we're going to jail.
This one is tight as fuck, bro.
I can put my whole finger in there.
Not that one. You started sticking your hand in the same one,
The
dumbass.
right one.
I'm talking to KJ. Just calm
This is
down.
my whole finger.
Just calm down.
That's shot.
KJ.
Okay.
Y'all some bitches. KJ. Come on, spit in your face. Pussy. KJ, I have
No, keep our phone. Come on.
Damn. KJ, I have your phone. Just calm down.
Cuz, get in the car. I'm on my way to get you.
Calm down.
Cuz,
I have your phone.
get in the car. I'm on my way to get you.
Seatbelt not work?
It
Relax.
should.
You a pussy. You
Get your
got
leg in,
seatbelt
please.
on.
Cuz,
Get your leg in, please.
cuz, relax.
That seatbelt choking.
Well, lean back.
Shut up, bitch. Don't touch me.
Hey,
Fuck,
cuz,
get your
Watch your leg.
relax.
Come on, stop.
Bitch, I don't feel
Cuz,
safe in the
relax.
car with him.
Relax, we coming to get you. Hey, you a hoe? You a hoe?
Did it cause you pain?
Stop pushing.
What's that? Did it cause you pain? No.
Janine finally exited the vehicle, and the officer observed her placing a piece of gum in her mouth.
Please, ma'am.
Oh my God. All this shit going on down here. You want to pull me over.
Ma'am, step out of the vehicle, please.
Okay, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Where did that fall? Where'd you find that?
You good?
I have a limp leg.
Okay. Do you? What's wrong with your leg?
I fell.
Okay. Do you have any issues balancing or anything like that? Hey, yeah. Can you cut my lights? Okay. Are you?
It doesn't fucking matter to you.
Who keeps yelling, "You a hoe"? Who keeps yelling at? Who's that being directed towards? I keep hearing it. Who the hell is yelling that?
It does. I mean, if you have an injury, we could do it sitting down.
You already did what you did to her.
Okay.
So, no.
Can you please leave this?
We have a lawyer.
I'm investigating.
I have a lawyer.
Traffic stop right now. Okay.
Go call Chris Zacher. Go call Chris Zacher. Go call him.
She's like, I have a lawyer. I just walked up on this lady's DUI stop, and I have a lawyer on retainer. Good for you. What the hell does that have to do? Who the hell is this lady? Another Randall just walks on scene. Okay. Yeah, this lady's visually drunk. You can tell. I have a lawyer. Go call Chris Braveheart. I have a lawyer. You can tell she's drunk.
Call him.
Let's
Call up Chris Zachar and
take her out of downtown.
Oh, Chris Zachar.
Okay.
Chris Zachar. Apparently that's her attorney. She's drunk name dropping her attorney.
That's my pay lawyer.
All right.
Go call up Chris Zachar and get the fuck out of our face. Look at one of them. Supposedly, they got charges against her over a traffic violation. No, tell him that you want a lawyer and your lawyer is Chris Zachar.
We're gonna.
Due to a crowd gathering and several individuals interfering with the investigation, the officer decided to conduct the test at the police department.
Guys,
So if this lady wasn't drunk, all these people that interfered, creating a dangerous situation for the police, crowding the police and interfering constantly, the crowd forming, people yelling "you a hoe" and shit like that, constant drunken interference from drunk bar people nearby, has led even if this lady wasn't drunk, she still got taken to the police station and her car got towed. Oh shit, that sucks for her. That sucks for her. That sucks for her. Because of all these idiots creating an unsafe scene and the officers unable to conduct their business, all these people interfering, even if she wasn't drunk, they couldn't determine that on scene, so she got taken to jail. Don't interfere. Just don't interfere. Because of all these idiots on scene, she got taken downtown, and God behold, I'm pretty sure she's drunk. I mean, she's like visually impaired. You could tell. You know, at a certain point you could tell. You've seen enough drunk people, you could tell.
I'm gonna make this real clear. You're obstructing. We're trying to investigate this. You're not helping.
We ain't instructing nothing.
Listen, if it continues, you're gonna.
We ain't instructing nothing.
I'm gonna start with the citation. Then I'm gonna take someone to jail.
We ain't instructing nothing.
Walk back across the street so we can do our job. If she's fine.
Talking about across the street.
No,
I know the law.
not when it's
I know
continuing.
the law.
You're about to find out the law.
Hey, what is you talking about?
I'm serious.
Why
I'm
you
giving you
following me?
multiple.
Why you
Then walk
following me?
away.
Why you following me?
Walk away.
Why you following me?
Get her out of the area too. Go. You need to walk across the street or you're going to get a citation for obstructing. If you continue to refuse, you're going to go to jail.
Get your
Am I clear?
sergeant.
I am the sergeant.
You aren't.
Go. Yes.
You aren't.
Go.
I know the sergeant. So you have to go.
That's incredible. She knows the singular sergeant in an entire police department with multiple sergeants. Like every police department has more than one sergeant. She knows the sergeant. She knows the sergeant. She knows a sergeant. She probably knows of a sergeant because she's dealt with a sergeant. That's why she has an attorney. I'm pretty sure. I really wish she name dropped herself so I could look her up.
Go him. He said I was detained. He said they locking me up. They locking me up.
You fucking goofy.
They locking me up. They locking me up.
All right, can I have them keys?
Give my keys.
Well, hey, the keys got to stay.
I'm giving my keys to my nephew.
The keys
Don't touch me.
Here, here. Just like
Don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Y'all locking me up for what?
Ma'am. Listen, all we're doing right now is we're going to just take you out of this area so he can conduct his investigation. Listen, if you're fine to be driving, then we will give you a ride back. Do we have your...
Why the fuck is they locking me?
Do we have your permission? Okay. To legally park your...
Is she just detained right now?
No. I want...
I'm going to try talking to her, but, I mean, she's got to
We can't let people that have been drinking drive your vehicle.
Okay.
Right? They've all been drinking. I don't want to have to tow it.
I was trying to go home.
I understand that. I don't have to tow your vehicle. Can I legally park it?
Give my keys. Where my keys at?
There was an open container in there in Plainview.
All right.
She moved it.
That does not matter.
That does matter. It's illegal. That's his best response. When she says it doesn't matter, but the law says it does. You can't drive with an open container in your car. That's not okay.
You want to go ahead?
Yep. Get her out of here. Hey, I'm going to get her in this car. I don't know what squad that is. We'll just... Ma'am, I'm going to have
Nobody
you
grab
to...
shit. You're fine. Don't tell me. I ain't trying to grab shit.
Yep. Ma'am.
I'm trying to grab nothing.
She's slow because she's got an injury to her leg.
Shut your bitch ass up. Bitch, you don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about me.
Come on. Come on.
Oh my God.
It's alright, we'll talk over there. Alright? You're just detained right now. We just want to get out of here.
You just want to get out of here.
Yeah, it's not safe for you.
Okay. I'm black. You're right.
That has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it do.
No, it don't, man.
Yes, it do.
No, it does not.
Yes, it do.
It's not. It's a dangerous crowd forming. An angry mob is forming. An angry drunken mob is forming, and she thinks because of race, she's safe from an angry drunken mob. Now, that's not how things work. An angry drunken mob is not safe for anyone. It creates a dangerous situation for everyone. Race has nothing to do with it. Never. It never has anything to do with it. No matter how many people say race has something to do with it, they pulled her over because she was black. No, she didn't. They didn't pull her over because she was black. They pulled her over because she was driving the wrong way down the road and had a visible bottle of alcohol on her passenger seat. No, can't say that. It's a DUI traffic stop. It's a DUI traffic stop. Plain and simple.
Fucking pig. How am I supposed to get in here?
Just sit back, okay? Sit back.
Oh my God. How am I supposed to fucking sit back?
Van. Yeah. 47, is there an officer that could bring
How should I do it?
40 down there?
How should I do it?
Or CC? I got you. I ain't gonna let you fall, okay?
Alright, pig. How am I supposed to do this?
I'm not gonna lie, driving one of these transport vans would be a pretty sweet gig. First off, I love driving. I love just cruising. It would be cool to be able to cruise around and pick people up in these. Given all of them are gonna be loudmouthed and obnoxious as all high hell, but one of these driving a paddy wagon all day, that sounds like a pretty sweet gig. I'm not gonna lie. I put a cooler up front. You know, that sounds like a pretty sweet job right there. I would be down for that. That would be a cool job.
Put one foot on the step. There you go. I'll lift your other foot. Alright, I'm gonna uncuff you so you can get up there, okay?
Okay, can you do that? Pig.
Well, I don't want you to fall back.
I have a bad knee.
I know, that's why I'm making sure you don't
You
fall
don't
back.
give a fuck about my fucking knee.
I do too.
No, the fuck you don't, bitch.
Janine provided a breath sample, which resulted in 0.234.
She is drunk.
Left. 5, 6, 7, 8. Return your left fist to your chest. And the fourth task is you're going to open your hands with your palms down and place them on your lap. So the last part of the test is just put your hands, palms down on your lap. So from the test that we did earlier, regardless of what this says, I know that you're over 0.08. So this says 234. We're well over double the legal limit, okay? So it's definitely not safe to drive tonight a vehicle, okay? Is this what would they say for offense?
A first offense.
Okay.
So it's not criminal. You're not going to go to jail. You'll be able to call somebody when we're done with the process to come pick you up, a responsible party. So essentially it's just a big traffic citation, okay? For OWI, first offense, operating while intoxicated.
Yep, so first offense is a forfeiture, not a misdemeanor, so.
All that bullcrap over a misdemeanor DWI. They could have conducted that on scene. She could have got an Uber, been fine, gone home, picked up her car the next day. That's simple. That's all she had to do. But no, it couldn't be that simple. See, all those people got involved. They overcomplicated it. Now she has to get picked up from jail. She got processed. They would have gave her a DWI, first offense, misdemeanor DWI. She's not even losing her license because it's misdemeanor, not felony. So, she'd be fine. And she didn't have to go to the police station, but because people interfered, she had to go to the police station. Don't interfere! It only makes things worse. Don't do that. Don't interfere. Seriously, don't interfere. It makes things worse. The only reason she went down to jail is because they couldn't do this very simple test with everyone yelling around. So, of course, couldn't do this very simple test with everyone yelling around. So, of course, now she got dragged down to the station to do the same thing she could have done on the side of the road, but the people were preventing her. They were interfering. Don't interfere. That's simple. Jesus.
It's through the municipal court, and at the end of all this, you should be able to go home today. Okay?
All right.
We do have to put you in handcuffs. I'm going to put them in the front. You can cooperate with me. Okay? Does that sound reasonable?
I appreciate you stepping out of the vehicle and cooperating with us. It means a lot, and it's going to be noted in the report.
Overall, she's been fairly compliant to the point where the officer's actually notarizing that she's been compliant and has been respectful. It's been other people that were being shitheads. I'm not dissing on her at all because she's actually been fairly respectful, and I understand why she didn't originally get out of the car, especially with her niece going off like that. She seemed pretty respectful the whole time. I mean, given she's kind of pissed and also intoxicated, so I think she handled herself pretty well at the end of the day. But she conducted herself pretty decently professional for being twice the legal limit, or over twice the legal limit. So just keep that in mind. Like, this lady, first off, don't drink and drive. It's a horrible thing. I lost someone that was dear to me to a drunk driver, and she left behind three kids now. So that's fucked. Do not drink and drive. It's a horrible thing. There was no racial reason to pull this person over. Everyone's always going to jump to say it only happened because she was black. No, it happened because she was driving down the wrong side of the road. That's what happened. She got pulled over driving down the wrong side of the road. That's what happened. She was driving down the wrong side of the road. She's been pretty complacent and pretty compliant to an extent, and she did get out of the car when requested. But her niece did get several charges because of stupidity. Stupidity will do that. Don't interfere with traffic stops. Don't interfere with traffic stops because, frankly, even if it is a DUI, it's better to not have to go down to the station, especially in a case like this. This is a perfect example why you don't interfere with traffic stops, why you don't get involved with that shit, because it's a perfect example why you don't get involved. I mean, don't even be around because, first off, you don't know how many people would basically go off shooting. There's crazy people out there that would go off shooting. Maybe the person they pulled over was driving reckless because they were on their way to commit a killing spree. I'm not saying this is what happened here, but that could have been the case. Don't get involved in traffic stops. Don't stand around filming. Don't stand around filming in crossfire. Don't do that stupid shit. Don't interfere. Don't disrupt. Don't block the road. Don't block officers. It's not going to end well. Never does. It's going to end with you getting criminal charges. That's what it's going to end with. Don't do that. At the end of the day, she got a misdemeanor DWI, and she has to be picked up by the police station because idiots surrounded the traffic stop and interfered.
We'll show them on the front here.
I'm thinking.
The driver, Janine, was charged with operating while under the influence, first offense, and received citations totaling over $1,000.
It's safer to sit in that chair. Okay. All right, we're gonna go to Mayo. You've been cool. I'm not gonna put you in handcuffs.
Kaywana was charged with misdemeanor counts of resisting, obstructing an officer, disorderly conduct, and attempted battery to an officer.
I don't know her name yet. She involved herself in a stop and she started resisting us right away. She kicked an officer. So I don't know. I don't know her name yet. She hasn't told me.
Whoa. So the one unfit officer here, whenever, as soon as he said she was kicking an officer, they all looked at him. He looked over at them like, "I'll stay out of the way." You know that look. For all you police officers watching, don't be the overweight officer that gets on the stairs.
So She kicked an officer. She said she was going to spit
That ain't cool.
She's on the other side.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Is that LA? No, that's LA. Is that the car? I saw LA on the police car.
Do you enjoy
this is
our
La Crosse,
content and want to
Wisconsin.
see more? Join.
It's La Crosse, Wisconsin. What am I thinking? Yeah, they said it early in the video. Sorry. It's La Crosse, Wisconsin. La Crosse. Okay, there you go. Alright, thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you like 5-0 review. I'm going to be making more videos coming very soon. I'm going to try to keep daily videos for at least a month. So please like, subscribe, and check out some of my other videos.